Hello. Here, I'm just gonna read my Ark Survival Evolved plan. We have written in this for quite a long time, so you must note that this will be a very long video, and it will basically be me reading what I've planned. So this was a long time ago, so if you don't mind, I'm just gonna read this to you. These are the teams we will be getting at our level, and also what my friend will be getting on Ark. The guns that you might get may differ from my friend in this example. You could also get a fabricated pistol, shotgun, long neck, fabricated sniper rifle, long neck, and assault rifle, and you can get any of these. First things that we were going to do were get things for my friend. So we were going to get him a Pteranodon, flak armor, assault rifle, a long neck rifle, and the standard metal tools and stuff, and a crossbow. And then we also needed to get a couple of other Pteranodons, and we needed a Lystro. Because, apparently they're pretty useless, but they're good for leveling up your dinos. Mochops is for like harvesting levels, so harvesting levels would be good for the Trike, the Pachyrhino, and the Iguanodon, and the Equus and stuff. So that's why we were going to tame a Trike, which is a harvester, defender, and a load carrier. Pachyrhinosaurus is a Laura, repeller, and a harvester. Iguanodon, harvester, good stamina / speed mount. Equus, awesome harvester, super fast, jumps high and doesn't take full damage, can go slow and fast, makes cute noises, has 2 attacks, second attack does torpidity damage, great for knocking out things, unique way to tame, comes in different colors. Saddle isn't required, but if you get it, it has a mobile mortar and pistol, and gives you more armor for the horse, obviously. There's such thing as a mythical Equus, white with no stripes and horn, and that's the rarest thing in the game. And then we were going to get Anki, which harvests flint and metal, and Dirty Chris, which harvests stone. Next one. The next picture is a plan of what jobs everyone will do and what jobs you will rotate around. Every time you hop on, you will have a different job, which is why we were making a job board. Jobs on Ark: harvesting meat, fish meat, prime meat, and prime fish meat, obviously. And then there's everyone who's in my tribe. All of the people that I had in my tribe at the time. And then there's harvesting hide, pelt, and wool, harvesting thatch and wood, harvesting stone and flint, and harvesting berries and fiber, taming herbivores, and harvesting metal, harvesting obsidian and crystal. And then there's anyone can do these. So make bullets, saddles, have some fun on your Pteranodon or other tames. Make sure it's your tame though, or a tame that's shared with everyone. Cook some meat, make some advanced consumables, paint your mount based on its name, fill everyone's water skins or jars if they are offline, make some spikes for the base and make a tribe banner, make things for the base, so tame a carnivore or an omnivore. And in my tribe, not many of these people have joined the tribe yet, but they are planning on joining. So the main tribe leader has 3 jobs to do. I have 5 jobs. Me and my brother have 5 jobs to do. My friend has 4 jobs to do. And then those 3 people at the bottom are people who my brother knows from school, and they all have the exact same jobs to do. Next one. So this is the base plan for the base. Should make much more sense if you've seen the base before, but you haven't. And once again, this is our old base plan before we got raided. So it would have made much more sense if you had seen the base before this picture, which equals, that makes so much sense. It would, trust me. So those crossed out buildings up there that say, and there's a wording that says won't be here anymore, that's our current base and our taming pen. And then there are like 5 behemoth gates along the left hand side, and the rest is all cliffs. So we'll have spikes and species X, so the species X will be behind the spikes. And there are these really tall cliffs because this is the jungle, so we'll put turrets, species X, and stuff like that. And around the area we'll have bear traps, large and small, tripwires if they don't set off when us from the tribe touch them. And there's also like T-Rexes and stuff. So and we'll also have crop plots full of narco berries and rock carrots, and they'll be in the temple, which is down at the bottom right, which is why there is no spikes there. All turrets will be on the high cliffs and stuff. So yeah, I've already mentioned that. And then there's basically a behemoth gate taming pen / dino pen, has non-flying mounts inside, carnivores on left, omnivores at back, and herbivores on right. But the thing about this place is that there's actually a cave, and we didn't realize that the cave had centipedes, onyx, all of those things. And I went but the thing that's good about it is that if you make it all the way down to the bottom, to near the bottom, well, as far as I've ever been, there's this big lake cavern full of silica pearls. And second, I also found out that one of the tribes that I'm kind of friends with, kind of not, goes there all the time. So if we put behemoth gates and made that into a taming pen, it would instantly get pretty much wrecked because they want to use it for the silica pearls and leveling up their gigas and stuff. Next one. This was going to be our temporary base, so it was better than before. So some spikes, but not many, along part of the cliff. Metal base, species X, reinforced gates, and then there was the temple and lots of shrubbery and stuff. But the thing that and then after that we added more reinforced gates so that it was extended out even further. And then there's, for back at our old base, here's the details for new people joining the tribe. Our coordinates were 60, 50. And in a PvP, the center cross arc 8, not 9, is a server, and we play on Xbox. Ping, it was 60 to 100, day is always above 1000, and it's PvP, not PvE. Next one. So our current, well, this isn't our current base, but back when I wrote this was our current base. It had reinforced gates surrounding it with species X on poles, so you couldn't get too close. There are natural temple stairs you can go up so you can overlook the base. Do this so you can see inside the base. There will be a glass house connected to a large stone and wooden base. You can't see the metal part from the outside of the base. There is a pond and some stone pipes connecting to the greenhouse. The pen with all of the tames is large and made out of wood. There should be a temple on the south side of the base. This is how to find out if it is our base. And there's our old tribe name, which is Riot. Here's the story of how I met one of my tribe members, the first tribe that I was ever in. So I've been in 3 tribes, and all of them have been with this person called Jorga. So the first one was called Hopi Tribe, the second was Riot, and the third one was called Yao, and that's the one that I'm in right now. Anyway, here's the story. The rough redwood start. I had met lots of people. Some were good, even nice to me. But seeing I was a noob on a PvP server, I knew I was in for a rough start. If I had known we would have to move base over 5 times, I probably wouldn't have been here now. Anyway, I kept getting standard tools and starving because I had to get a primitive axe engram, and also I had to pick either a spear or a campfire. You need both. They rely on each other, so I died either of starvation or not being able to defend myself from compies. I didn't know much about ARG, so I moved to the redwoods, thinking, it looks so nice, I'll be able to get tons of wood and thatch. I was so wrong. I tried gathering wood on the massive trees, and of course failed. I managed to figure out what trees give you resources, but I had 2 more problems. One, it was hard to find stone. It was hard to find stones to craft things, and 2, there was nothing I could kill. Deers would run away because without the hide to make bowlers, I couldn't get them to stay still. I was living on berries. I had a thatch base and of course got raided. That's when I respawned and found Jorgo. I was under half of his level. He was level 30, I was only level 12. He didn't have anything and was nice to me. I joined his tribe, Hopi Tribe, and we had a tiny base of 2 foundations. He taught me lots. We didn't tame anything, and now we were both struggling to survive. We saved up all the hide we had and left to the trippy tropical island. The trippy tropical island. We came to Tropical Island South and built a small 9x9 base. While my brother built it, a Carboneros kept causing him problems. It kept attacking him, running away, and attacking him again for no reason. We got up to a smithy but still had primitive tools. That's when 2 people on electric and poison wyverns came and wrecked everyone's base. My base survived because it was stone. I learnt honeycombing at this stage. Anyway, they killed us and made lots of people very angry, especially me, not going into any details. They notified us that No Name and their tribe came and killed people every day, and we were stupid for coming here. We left after this because we didn't want to restart every day. I'm sure you wouldn't too. Now this is the jungle / Carrot Isles, jealousy jungles. Here we had everything we needed, and cutting to the chase, we made friends with Magister, our Alpha tribe. To make sense with that, we're kind of friends with him today. I mentioned them in this video already. He gave us things we needed, and really we had nothing to worry about, except the paranoia Magister would betray us, and because it was PvP, and smash our stone base. We were worried because they had 20 gigas and 4 spinos, and much more. We got raided by someone called the Wolf Gang and moved to a more secluded spot with no resources. To get anything we needed, we had to take a trip to the mainland on the raft, a big problem for us. We had pistols and flak armor, parasaurs, an Anki, a trike, and a pteranodon, plus 2 dodos. We were doing great, then someone from Tribe of Killer wanted to join our tribe. He asked what tames we had and what allies we had. I mentioned Magister, which started bad stuff, and he came 2 times. Once on 199 giga and wrecked our defenses. And while I was personally offline, they came and took everything. We literally had to start off all over again. I built in a temple and got killed by a raptor. I didn't know Jorgo had scouted out a prime base location and built a stone base. So this was the base plan that I was talking about above. I respawned at the new bed and was in for a surprise. I stayed at this base, and this is the location that we're in now. I have way better stuff than before too. My brother would always accuse me of things, and now we might be having newer people in the tribe too. We will need to teach you all how to play, and we will have to come find you, but we are up for the challenge. This is what has happened so far, and I will update this now and then. First update since I wrote this, 20th of November 2017. It's only a couple of days since I wrote this story, and I'm already updating it. Drogo has made the base metal and surrounded it with reinforced gates. I congratulate you. My brother lost my stuff and the parasaur died. I wasn't playing it, and he accused me of making him die for forcing him to get metal and be encumbered. He didn't bring a pike, and he didn't have any bullets at all, which is why he died from compies, the little blighters that killed me when I was a noob. 22nd of November, 2017. What has happened and what we absolutely need to do. Okay, we got raided by the Dindis, so if you see them around, tell me. This just for some of those people for you guys to know. This was mainly made for those new people who were joining the tribe, because that if you see the struggle, don't raid them either, because that's why the Dindis attacked us. We have lost everything except the fabricator and the smithy. We are working on defense now. This means spikes and only metal-based materials. We're making stone just to patch it up, but we need metal foundations and walls. Then we need to work on reinforced gates. After doing that, we need to get metal, stone, hide, fiber, flint, berries, wood, thatch, so we can repair everything. Next, we need to make tons of tools for trading, and so if we are raided, we can get another weapon for a long time. So eventually they die, and we can consolidate our options on if we are going to move or not. We also want to make an extra raft and stone-based materials, walls, foundations, and ceilings. So if we need a getaway, we can have a raft full of materials for a new base and a new location. I also think it would be good to have a preserving bin full of cooked meat and full water jars, so if we are starving or thirsty when we are under siege, we don't have to leave the base. Note that if we are under siege for longer than we expected, we might need to take a risk. We need to up our species X for protection, and if we can carry on with the base plan above, I would like to do that so we can't be spied on. Once we have everything back that we lost and appropriate defense for our level, we can work on making smaller bases to make them think they've found our base, but they are actually a long way off. We will honeycomb these, so if they do attack our base, quote, it will take them long enough that we might be able to pinpoint their exact location. Then we can add something inside of our base saying, "Guys from Riot, I see you are lost again. No one can get through the door except you, so here's the direction of the base. Thank me later." It will be pointing west, so they go in the most usually unexplored places on the map. I'm also going to do research on where the artifacts are and try and figure out where the alpha's bases are. If I think the alpha bit is a risk, I won't do it. What I might do is, before someone new joins the tribe, I'll get them to ask where a certain alpha is in the text chat. That way, they won't know it's us. So basically, we might need to consolidate moving base. I want to please the alphas so they don't raid us. So here's how. First, not roasting or outwitting the alphas in text chat. This is aimed at myself and one other, but applies to all of you in Riot. Second, making a large wooden/stone meeting room somewhere on the Eastern Isles for them to discuss matters. Type rules about no fighting inside. Only once we have our defense and resources back, logically. Third is leave storage boxes full of stuff around the island where there isn't much of it. For example, put stone in a storage box in an area with little to no rocks to mine, once we have good defense and resources, of course. I don't have any more ideas. How much metal? My brother would like the maximum to be 30,000 metal, but this is the most important resource, so we might have to increase that. How much gunpowder? My brother thinks the aim should be 1,000 at best. How many arrows? 125 arrows per person and 50 trank arrows. That's the agreement between me and my brother. How many people do we want in the tribe? As many as we can get, as long as they're nice, but at the same time, it depends on how much food and water and tames we can spare to the new people. how many spear weapons we siege. At least 3 of everything we have spear. Okay, this is the update for 25th of November 2017. We tamed lots. In 2 days, we tamed 2 iguanodons, a carboneirus, a dodo, a argentavis, a megaloceros, a diabear, 2 castroids, a equus, 3 pteranodons, a dilophosaurus, a stegosaurus, and Doedicurus and Ankylosaurus. That's lots. I had to extend the taming pen twice to fit everything into it. We have a cave nearby with millipedes, scorpions, and titanoboas, and either a beacon or an artifact at the bottom, or probably loot crates. We're thinking about taming some scorpions and maybe some parasaurs. We can get as much cementing paste, silica pods, and wood as we want from the beaver dams. The beavers died today because of dwigs, which is sad. I got attacked by turrets. I know how to fight bosses and where. Apart from that, everything is fine. I don't know what to do right now. Collect metal, kill some things, fly around on the Thames for fun. My brother's friend might move his tribe to this server, so we might get a Quetzal and 7 behemoth gates and a Giga. That's enough to make a massive taming pen for the dinos, and we can extend the base to its near full potential. With the Giga, if we level it up, we can go into the cave and get the thing at the bottom, which I think is a loot crate. The loot crate comes back after a while, so we can get more and more of the same loot crate and trade it for trade the things that we get out of it for different things. Loot crates are hard to get, so the things inside them would be pretty good and therefore expensive for people to buy. That's all for now. Chip has left the tribe and took the RG and the 3 pteranodons with him. We have tamed a raptor and a saber-tooth. We need people to join the tribe now while we're at our peak. It will not last long being PvP. This weekend we're going to tame 3 RGs and make lots of base metal. There is a variety of things that would be cool to do. Get a room full of beehives and become beekeepers so we can use our honeycomb for luring wild animals and for food. It would also be nice to get a couple of beavers, a ichthyobird, and some ghillie armor for spying on people. I would like to make some trades and get a direwolf too. Maybe a allosaur if we are lucky. And if we have enough time after all of that, I want to tame a dolphin and hide it under the raft. This weekend was terrible. We lost all our tames and stuff. Chip's tribe supposedly raided us. The dentist said it was because we built on metal spawns when they could have said destroy it or else. We are now looking for a prime base location where no one else lives. It's a big, big problem. Here's a map of the center where we have built before. So, red circle means built there and got raided. Yellow, been here and isn't suitable to build on. Grey, haven't been there but have knowledge. It says not to build there. Black, no knowledge of this place. We could check it out though. Green, possible base location if it hasn't already been taken and it has suitable resources and if it's hidden with no bases nearby. Okay, out of all of these places to survive, we chose Northern Tropical Island. Why? There's tons of shrubbery, close to water, and it has tons of food and metal. There isn't much stone, and there is lots of bases. That's the problem. But given what has happened, it was our only choice. The Redwoods is too hard in 90-10. The bridge is swarmed with PvP players and lots of dinos, and the tiny island has little to no resources for us to live on. So we chose the North Tropical Island. We changed our tribe name for the 3rd time. It is now called Yao. No idea why, it just is. We need Jorgo to change tribes. He doesn't know we have moved base and tribe, so when he hops on he will probably be sad. We changed tribe name because the Dindus, the Struggle, Shredder Babies, and Tribe of the People and Tribe of No Name were after us. Shredder Babies is after us because apparently we built on metal spawns. We did, but we're going to destroy them. True. When they told us not to 3 times, which isn't true, they didn't say anything at all. they came and raided us. The dentist hates us because if you were reading the other paragraphs, you know my brother and Jorgo raided the struggle. So the dentist raided us back and said he was avenging his allies. Tribe of the People was on our side, but when Shredder Babies told them that we raided the struggle, they said, if I had known that, I would have come and raided you myself. I told you not to raid them and to leave them alone, so you deserve this. Not true again. No Name was after us because I outsmarted him when he sarcastically said, do you want me to raid the Shredder Babies? And I said, yes, Alphas, yes. He was like, just kidding. And also, I'm not Alpha, Beastlo is. I said, well, there's an Alpha, Beta, and Omega in a tribe. So the Alpha of the Alphas is the Alpha in Beastlo tribe. He said, nah, if I didn't think of it, it isn't true. If I catch you in the Redwoods, I was in the Redwoods at the time, then I will kill you. He passed me twice on his Giga without realizing I was even there. No Name in Kentucky kick everyone out of the Redwoods. You're not allowed to build there unless you have a hidden base or you will be wiped. End of story. I survived without them wiping me in the Redwoods, sir, so you could risk it. Anyway, this location is fantastic. Behemoth Gates guarding the shores with the sea lapping at their feet, a dock with tons of rafts, the base on a big round cliff that is in the center of the island for extra protection, a deep stream running 3/4 through it so we can have a water dino taming pen. The lava land full of T-Rex, Alpha T-Rex, Raptor, Alpha Raptor, Carno, Alpha Carno, Giga, Alpha Giga, Pulmonoscorpius, whales is nearby for taming things. Half-Burnt Island, Carno Island, has literally everything, pretty much, except high level instead of low level. Carnos are the most popular thing to find there. Our own personal island, once we get rid of everyone else. That will happen because there are mainly noob to semi-medium players on this island. So even though we haven't got a base on this island, currently we will have better engrams than everyone else, so it will be better than all of these people in a short amount of time. Here's a picture of the northern island. As you can see, ichthyosaurs, megalodons, coelacanths, saber-toothed salmon, piranhas, and other sea creatures can live in the water part of the island. I'm going to rename it Farrier Island. Why? As you can see, it's shaped like a horseshoe. Horseshoe Island is too easy to distinguish it as the northern tropical island because of its shape. Same with Equus Island, and Equus Island doesn't make sense though because there's no Equus on here. Since we are starting all over again, we are repairing the horseshoe to its former glory and getting our good stuff back. What is the repairer of horseshoes called? A farrier. Therefore, Farrier Island. Plan for the island here. Black is cliffs and natural resources. Brown is build/unnatural island items. So Species X on the shore behind the Behemoth Gates, and on towers above the Behemoth Gates. Some are on the cliffs of the island, and then there's going to be turret towers, the base, and the dino pen, and then there's going to be catwalks over the water pen to the dino pen, and then down in there, in the water pen, there's a little shoreline, so we'll have like a garden there, and like a greenhouse, and then there's going to be all of the water dinos, and then over there it says raft and motorboat docks. Note, has to be guarded until we get flag mounts. So that makes sense, because if our rafts get destroyed, then we can't go anywhere off the island, and we'll have to make a new one, so that will hold us back from a lot of things. Okay, I might be getting Scorched Earth and Aberration packs for Christmas. If so, I will work on taming things on the DLC servers and transferring them here onto the server. If you can transfer aberration animals, I'm not sure. If I can, I'm going to transfer the rock drake, the mutant crab, and the bulb dog thing to Farrier Island, and some unique aberration island items. Once again, we're not on Farrier Island, so now if I do get this stuff for Christmas, then it won't be going to Fairy Island. From Scorched Earth, I'm going to bring Praying Mantis, Thorny Dragon, Morellatops, Jerboa, Manticore, and Wyvern, and plant species Y, and different base materials. And from Ragnarok, I'm bringing a Griffin. Of course, and an Ice Wyvern. Of course, this means I won't be on the original server as often, but after getting these, I'll return to Fairy Island, and here's images of these creatures and a bit of info. Scorched Earth. The Thorny Dragon is aggressive and spawns in all areas of Scorched Earth. Shoots spines at you, custom Pagoda saddle skin, and is specially invented for the Thorny Dragon. It comes in different colors, about the same size as a trike, has 2 attacks, looks cool, so that's why we are bringing it to Fairy Island. Fire Wyvern. Found in wyvern dens full of lava and crystals. To get any wyvern, you have to steal the egg and kill a female wyvern for its milk. Most people know this, so you can raise it. You can't breed wyverns. The fire wyvern is the second strongest of all wyverns. Colouring is red, orange, grey and black. Can fly and has 2 attacks, a bite and a flame breath attack. Does lots of damage, which is why it earns its place in Fairy Island. Electric Wyvern. Found in wyvern dens, the electric wyvern is the strongest wyvern. Colouring is white, blue, purple, grey and black. It can fly and has 2 attacks, a bite and an electric pulse breath. Does lots of damage, which is why we will have it on Fairy Island. Poison Wyvern. Found in wyvern dens, the poison wyvern is the 3rd strongest wyvern, and the 4th in Ragnarok. Colouring is green, grey, white and black. Can fly and has 2 attacks, a bite and a poison fume. Does lots of damage, which is why we will have it on Fairy Island. Jerboa. Cute. On Scorched Earth they can sense the upcoming weather, but here on Fairy Island there's no point apart from the fact they are adorable and can calm you down. Same size as a dodo. Procuraptodon. It's a kangaroo and jumps far and is fast and cute and the size of Megaloceros. Ragnarok. Ice Wyvern spawns in ice caves and is the weakest, but the second coolest looking and hardest to find. Light blue and white in colour. Griffins. Fast and can fly to left, right, forwards and backwards like a tapijara. Fastest flying dino. Fly on any angle and you will speed up. If you fly at full speed towards the ground, you will kill things in the radius of the dust cloud. If you pull up right before making a dust cloud, you will run really fast along the area you landed. Makes cool noises and can carry people. Comes in different colours. Aberration. Rock Drake. Can climb anything. Can glide and super speed in one direction. Can turn invisible. Looks really cool. Can't breed it, but it can attack. Can carry 2 people if you upgrade weight. Invisibility uses stamina, but is good for hiding from aggressive animals. Carcanos. Can pick up and throw things really far. Is slow but looks cool and does tons of damage. Can walk underwater and jump really high. Bulbdog. Looks adorable and is the small cute thing of the Arc Packs. Dodo, Jerboa and Bulbdog. I don't know how much about the benefits of the creature, apart from the fact it always emits light from its angler horn. Now I've learned more about this creature since I wrote that. You need a one of these dinos until you can get a light, like a torch or something. In normal Ark, you get like torch at level 1, but torches are really important in Aberration, because in Aberration there are things that actually hunt you. If you watched my previous video on Ark, then you'll know what I mean. There's 4 creatures that emit light, so you'll need one of those to basically survive. Otherwise something called the Nameless will kill you, and this is one of them, and it's called the Bulbdog. And you also collect certain a new resource called Charge, and it's important, let's just say. So that's all I know about it, apart from the fact that it's pretty hilarious. Anyway, next one. We have gotten rated, so if I end up publishing this, then you can use this ideas for your own builds. Well, for example, I'm putting this on YouTube, so I'm technically publishing it. Anyway, example, Farrier Island and other plans. Here are some plans I found on the internet, links included, for different bases in different areas. Ear/high cliff version of the original DLC pack. Redwood's Treehouse. This is a redwood treehouse. Just imagine a massive reddish-brown tree with a cloak of alpine green pine needles surrounding you. A great view of the sea and rivers that connect to it. A comfy wooden cabin with everything you need, including rope ladders you can wind up and down to stop raiders, which means raiders can only get to it if they have flying mounts. Tree houses are good to stop you getting raided by ground mounts and sea mounts. For this tree house you will need wooden tree platform, 66 stone fence foundations, 84 stone pillars, 134 wooden walls, 269 wooden ceilings, 3 thatch roofs, 255 wooden pillars, 4 stone door frames, 42 stone walls, 210 stone ceilings, 24 wooden ramps, 185 stone railings, 61 sloped wooden roofs, 6 thatch walls, 11 greenhouse walls, 6 wooden foundations, 6 sloped wooden walls left, 15 wooden sloped walls right, 3 wooden door frames, 3 wooden hatch frames, 70 rope ladders, 4 reinforced wooden doors, 3 wooden doors, 1 reinforced trapdoor. Here's a link to the video. So, cliff houses. A steep, eerie drop off a cliff. A view of all of the dinos others want, but you don't need in the Cliff Air Dino version. You can choose to play in the original DLC. For those of you who don't know, there are 3 versions you can choose to play on the original. But first, you always start with land dinos and a land base. Some stay with a land base and land dinos, others stays with the land base, land dinos, and ear dinos, and some give up their land base and land dinos and build an ear base with ear dinos. But it's good to get a land base with ear and land dinos next to the beach, so you have a place to put your water dinos. You can't start with a water base, you need tech, so you have to start with a land base. You can move from land to ear, and ear to sea, land to sea, sea back to land, or ear, but you can't go from nothing to sea. Underwater base. A tick base. Tame underwater animals and have easy access to silica pearls and oil, be able to raid other underwater bases with water dinos, hide storage in secret caves and corals, and sneak attack land bases that are by the beach. You need teak doors, teak walls, teak roof, teak reinforced windows, and much more. This is one version of 3 versions of the original DLC pack. We will carry on with this massive topic later. I have to focus on what has happened this time to update this. So we got metal and stone base with species eggs and behemoth gates surrounding it, and we were overlooking the swamp and the floating island on the center map. We knew where 3 metal spawns were and had things growing in crop plots, and we also we knew where 3 metal spawns were. We had 3 raptors, 4 pteranodons, 1 bronto, 1 Caprosuchus, and 1 Baryonyx. We had things, and then an endless supply of water and food and more. We found out why Magister raided us back in Hopi tribe. They did and still do meat runs past our old base. They would swim past on their giga, and and get shot by our Species X, which they weren't expecting us to get Species X because they thought we would stay noobs. They asked Jorgo, one of my other tribe members, for us to move base, and he said no, causing them to raid us the next day. At the last base near the floating island, Mitch from Magister gave us some velvet cakes. They helped us tons. While he was passing by on the Tapi, Jara, and the Wyvern, he said that where we built is fine and we won't get in their way this time. A couple of days later, someone from Magister came on a 194 giga called H1Z1. We knew it wasn't Big Liz 69 or Mr. Squiddy, aka Mitch, but we know that it was Magister, probably someone from their tribe that did not know us or didn't recognize us when we changed tribe names, or he was a new tribe member. Magister doesn't usually accept new tribe members, so that's possibly off the list, except for the percentage left that they might accept someone in, so you still have 3 possibilities. We haven't built a new base yet, so I might update. Anyway, that is the end of this video where I have talked about what has happened so far. I haven't updated this completely yet, but this is basically like all of the plans and stuff. So, yet again, another one of those long videos. But if you have managed to get this far, I congratulate you. It's been 41 minutes. So I congratulate you highly for listening to literally everything that I've planned on Google Docs. So I thank Google Docs. I use it a ton, and it's completely free to use, and you can add images and share it with people, add comments, there's tons of things, and it's pretty much endless with all of the things that you can do when it comes to talking, or not talking, writing a story or planning something, and like sharing it at like a job or something. Anyway, that is it for the Ark Survival Evolved plan currently. If you would like to get me to update this and you want me to do a video about it, then 1 like on this video and I will do it. Okay? 1 like. 1 like. Anyway, goodbye guys.